Welcome everybody to Intensity Broadcasting. My name is Josh Hall. This is the SCSRA Blue Ridge Auto Group Truck Series here on Intensity Broadcasting from Daytona on iRacing. Thanks for joining us tonight. We have an exciting one here tonight. This is the Clash. This is the preseason, if you will, of the SCSRA. And looking forward to seeing how these couple new drivers in the field here with the SCSRA, seeing how they perform. Currently up at the top of the board, we see Dave Wright with Devin Zimmerman sitting back second quickest. Michael Corville, Devin Butchino, and Brandon Zimmerman, your top five currently on the speed chart. So a couple new names making their names seen up at the top of the leaderboard. See drivers getting some drafting practice underway. We see the this looks like the Venom boys getting some practice. The 29, the 3, and the 31. That's Matthew Fritz, Joey Hickox, and Richard Hurst. I'm sorry, that's not Richard Hurst. That's the 31 of Jay Stinson. I'll get some drafting practice here tonight. Of course, they don't have their rookie stripes anymore, so look at them being the seasoned veterans that they are here in the SCSRA. Oh, it's Hickox hard into the outside wall as I say that, but they were able to move up fourth quickest. So moving up the speed charts pretty quickly. Couple new paint jobs out on the racetrack as well. We see the 84, the Morris Customs Michigan machine, which I absolutely love. Morris Customs, Eddie did a great job on that one. We've got a couple new paint jobs out there as well. We'll take a look at those as we get underway here. As we have qualifying now getting ready to go off, and we see the first drivers making their way out on the racetrack. The first one here is Devin Zimmerman from Roxborough, North Carolina. So you'll notice on the front of the Zimmerman machine, that white banner up on the windshield. White banners represent rookies. Black banners are going to represent your veterans, series veterans. And of course, your playoffs, when we reach the playoffs, will be the bright green. See Matthew Fritz with that black banner getting ready. Another rookie, the 33 of John Lynch. That Manny Ray's machine. And a new paint job for the 13 of Brian Merrill Jr., no longer on neon. Starting a team with his brother, M&M Motorsports. So I see that 13 truck making his way around the racetrack. Currently up at the top of the board, though. Hasn't put down a lap yet. They're just putting him up there. See what other new paint jobs we have out there on the racetrack. Eddie Morris running that classic yellow and blue machine that he ran last season. Joseph Wright with a little different look on his truck here tonight. So up at the top of the board is the 00 of Edmund Jones, who just gets bumped off by the 29 of Matthew Fritz. You know, Fritz knows how to run these super speedways. We saw it last season. Blaze Richardson, currently fourth fastest. Look that bottom line, see if he can improve his time. Down across the stripe, and Richardson it will move up to. Looks like he's going to actually stay exactly the same. So he's going to stay there, currently in the 8th position. We've seen it, that first lap tends to be the quicker lap here at Daytona in the trucks. I don't know why those... Matthew Fritz still currently the fastest driver as Eddie Morris makes his way down the backstretch. Eddie Morris comes across the stripe and he's got numbers fixed up there, and Joseph Wright jumps up to 2nd. And Jay Stinson bumps Joe Wright off the 2nd spot back to 3rd. Only one driver left out on the racetrack to qualify right at the moment. That is the 3 of Joey Hickox. As Hickox comes across the stripe, he's going to stay in that 3rd position. And Dave Wright makes his way out on the racetrack for qualifying. Be right slow out down on the apron as we get ready to have a word with our series commissioner. Commissioner of the SCSRA, we've got Devin Butchino. Devin, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you, brother.
Man, another successful season you're getting ready to have here. New sponsor, new drivers. I know you're excited for this one to start.
Yeah, it's funny how the racing side of things is way more relaxing than the actual off season. A lot of things went into this off season. I got to thank the admin team and just everyone that's a part of it, man. No one wants to be running out here with a handful of guys, and we had a ton of guys join the next gen side. I think we tied our biggest rookie class from last year with 14. We have another 14 rookies in next gen. Solid 8 rookies in trucks, and all the rookies just seem eager to be there. And I think that's just the biggest thing you can ask for is people that want to be here, want to be racing, are excited to be racing. And as you mentioned, Blue Ridge Auto Group. Thank you to Jay. Came over here last season as rookies, the whole Venom team did, and nothing but respect out there. They wanted to be a bigger part of this, so Eddie was more than willing to allow them the league sponsorship. They contributed in a big way, and we're excited to have them on board. Excited to have you coming back on Tuesdays. We asked if you wanted to race, but Tuesdays your face for radio day. So just a lot of pieces go into it, Josh. You know how it is. You're just one of those pieces that falls into the puzzle. But we're just excited to have everyone here. 21 strong out of the 30 signed up. 26 full time, I think. So really strong field just for the clash, man. And this is no points on the line. 50 laps to get out there and just get familiar with the new faces and maybe rough up some of the old ones if you don't want to do it when there's points on the line.
For sure. I know, and that's the thing. I know a couple drivers said they weren't going to be able to make tonight's race, so we're going to have an even bigger field next week, so that's going to be exciting. I'm looking forward to this season. Very, very mixed schedule, too, which I'm loving, so good luck this season, man. Good luck tonight. I know how much you love super speedway racing. So
it's a lot of luck. I mean, I told Jay earlier, me and Jay were talking, and we were both so excited for the season to start. But I'm sure if you ask me the same thing by the end of next Wednesday, I'll be ready to get out to Auto Club. So
for sure, at least you got a couple seasoned super speedway veterans on your team that can kind of help you out and carry you.
Oh, I'm easily the worst super speedway guy on my team. I love pushing, but I just can't help but mirror drive when I'm getting pushed. I'm always worried if I'm keeping the wheel straight, but yeah, I'm excited to run with these guys. And like you said, schedule. We really, listened to the voting or what the people in the league wanted. We were able to really accommodate that. We're going to some tracks for the first time here in the Truck Series. I know we're going to IRP for the first time. Um, uh, Canadian Tire, Mosport. That's going to be a great race. So I think it's a really strong schedule. We get a really big mixed bag of everything. So definitely excited to get going here.
It's too bad you couldn't have got Mosport for the next gen series, but other than that, man, I'm looking forward to this season. Like I said, I'm looking forward to running Wednesday nights, and qualifying's got about a minute and a half left, so I think we're gonna get you back up to your team so you can get your pre-race underway.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Josh. Thank you to everyone watching. Thank you to all the rooks, the vets, and season 6, man, it's crazy. We're 6 seasons deep already. It's nuts.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congrats and good luck tonight.
Thank you, brother.
That was your commish, Devin Butchino, as we see Dave Wright taking a very slow lap around the racetrack. Back in the 14th position, we see Brett Merle out on the racetrack with about 50 seconds left here, trying to get himself up on the leaderboard. See where he slides across on his first lap, moves up to 9th. Austin Blaylock also out on the racetrack. I don't think Blaylock's going to have enough time to set a lap here. It is about a 52-second lap, and with about 30 seconds left, he is less than halfway around the racetrack. So don't think we're going to see a lap out of that 99 machine. But let's quickly take a look over at the chat while we've got a moment. And Tia Miller says, let's go Zim. I'm a Zim here. Noma TV says, Venom Racing for the win. Venom Racing is first, second, third, fifth, and sixth so far. And yeah, the only driver that's not a Venom Racing driver that's in that top 5 is the 82 of Joe Wright. As we see Blaylock, maybe Blaylock might be able to sneak across the line here and get a time. No, the qualifying ends just before he reaches the start-finish line. So let's take a look at our starting grid here tonight at Daytona for the Blue Ridge Auto Group Clash at Daytona. Starting on pole tonight, Venom Racer driver Matthew Fritz in the 29, with Jay Stinson starting on his outside in position number 2. Joey Hickox rolls off from 3rd with Joseph Wright in the 4th position. Then John Lynch and Richard Hurst round out row number 3. Eddie the Fried Piper Morris rolls off from 7th with Devin Zimmerman back in the 8th position. Then Brett Merle and Devin Butchno round out your top 10. Tyler Aspinall rolls off from the 11th spot with Rick Ward back in 12th. 13th will be Edmund Jones with Michael Provolt returning to the SCSRA back in the 14th position. David Wright and Nick Fuller, will roll off from row number 8 with Brian Merle Jr. and Blaze Richardson in row 9, and rounding out the field will be Brandon Zimmerman and Austin Blaylock. Well, to take it back, one more driver, the 43 of David Hartney, did not qualify as well, so he's going to be the final car here to race in the Blue Ridge Auto Group duels at Daytona. Of course, Blue Ridge Auto Group is your new sponsor for the series. Excited to have them on. We'll have a sponsor read for them next week. Till then, let's talk about all the other great pieces that make this go on. Of course, we want to thank Race EPI for all your iRacing coaching and setup needs. Visit raceepi.com. Of course, you can check out our webpage and support us by visiting intensityracing.com. Pick up an SCSRA t-shirt, coffee mug, pick up an Atlee Atman Weiss t-shirt as well. You can find all of that over at intensityracing.com. Link down below in the description. And of course, our great partner over at Butt Kicker. Of course, Butt Kicker is a well-known leader in gaming haptics. The award-winning line of Butt Kicker products lets users feel low-frequency sounds. Their products are used and endorsed around the world by leading PC and console gamers, including professional sim racers. The patented design makes them incredibly accurate, powerful, and virtually indestructible. The Gamer Plus is a new and upgraded sim racing haptic that reproduces immersive, accurate, and powerful sim racing, flight sim, and gaming effects. To check out the full line of Butt Kicker products and figure out what's right for you, visit thebuttkicker.com. And I've got my butt kicker hooked up to my seat. I love racing with it. I run in VR. Gives me that little extra bit of immersion. Gives the rumble of the engine. When you go over the curbs at the road courses, every gear, every bump on the track, when the tires are sliding, when the brakes lock up, it's incredible to have that extra seat of the pants feel. So if you're looking for that little extra edge, check out thebuttkicker.com. Not just do they have gaming effects, by the way, you can also set it up for movies and music, as well as you can visit thebuttkicker.com and you can see what movie theaters in your area have butt kickers installed for haptic feedback for movies as well. So I know we have one around here. I haven't had a chance to go check out yet, but I'm looking forward to checking that out pretty soon. So check out the full line of everything over at thebuttkicker.com. Pace truck takes that hard left-hand turn down on the pit road. And Matthew Fritz leads him down to the starting zone. Green flag is in the air, and we are racing here at Daytona. And as these trucks get up to speed, we'll be using lots of buzzwords here tonight. Words like bump draft, side draft, the energy, where the energy is coming from here tonight. Right now, these trucks are still getting up to speed. The restrictor plates on these motors don't really allow them to have the full horsepower. So it takes them about a lap to get fully up to speed. Right now they're coming down the backstretch at about 180 miles an hour. As they come down into turn number 3, first time into turn 3, they're doing about 178. As we're already 3 wide, Joe Wright pushes, splits him, tries to go up the middle. He's now going to be stuck in the sucker hole. He's got no help in the middle here, and he's going to fall all the way back unless somebody comes up and works with him. He's got his brother there coming, as Joe's now going to tuck in behind the 33 of Jono Lynch as they complete lap number 1. Joey Hickox giving the big push to Matthew Fritz as they come through turns 1 and 2. Now these trucks are at full song coming off of turn number 2. Already seeing excess of 183 miles an hour down the backstretch in line, 2x2. And you see these trucks weaving around. That is not the drivers moving the wheel. These trucks, with the bumps, with the air, with the motion of the trucks, they just do not track straight. That time as they went through turns 3, they were 190 miles an hour up into the corner. So about 10 to 15 miles an hour faster now that they're up to speed and at full song. We see Jay Stinson up on the high side trying to take the lead away from his teammate. Matthew Fritz down on the bottom, and Stinson going to clear Fritz down, and he's going to pull Richard Hurst along with him in that Noma machine. They're not going to tuck down, though. They're going to stay riding up on that high side as they go side by side for the lead. Matthew Fritz trying to get a run back down on the bottom with a push from Joey Hickox. And we see the 33 of Lynch down there on the bottom as well. He's got some help from the 65 of Brandon Zimmerman down there as well. And if you're a driver, you want to get that big push from the car behind you. However, if you're the third car in line or further back, you never want to push the pusher. That can really upset these trucks and cause a big wreck. And as fast as they're going and as closely tight as they're hooked up here tonight, one mistake and you could wipe out the entire field very easily as they come down across the stripe. The complete lap number 3. And that time by, Matthew Fritz is just out ahead by a fender as they go down into turns 1 and 2. So side-by-side racing for the lead continues. Right now towards the back of the field, everybody just kind of hanging tightly, just kind of riding it out, feeling out their trucks. It's the first time they've been on track with each other in quite a while, and first time they've ever been on track with some of these drivers as well, are rookies. See the field rocket off of turn number 4. That's 21 trucks, all within a second and a half of each other. One driver I expect to start seeing some moves out of pretty soon is the 8 of Eddie Morris. You see him kind of coming up on the back bumper of his teammate, Joe Wright. And once those two get hooked up together, I expect to see those two trucks move up towards the front. One driver he's already made up a few spots. That is the 43 of David Hartney, already up 6 spots and into, or 7 spots now, up into 14. So he started dead last, and he's slowly but surely making his way through the field right now, working down underneath Blaze Richardson. And to the back bumper of Brian Merle Jr. So let's talk about our rookie class here in the field. We've got the 33 of Jono Lynch, one of our rookies here. And we see Brandon Zimmerman in the 65 running the rookie colors there, as well as Devin Zimmerman in the 93. Nick Fuller in the 14, another one of our rookies here tonight. We see the 34 right in front. Rick Ward, he is a veteran of the series. Just a new paint job for him. That's a sharp-looking truck. Tyler Aspinall in the 45, another one of our rookies racing here tonight. And you see the 99 of Austin Blaylock taking a look down underneath Blaze Richardson. As the battle for the lead continues to be side-by-side racing up at the front. I expect to see this for at least the first portion of the race. Again, everybody just trying to feel each other out right now. Now Stinson able to clear Matthew Fritz, but don't think he's going to duck down. I think he's comfortable staying up there on the top lane, getting that push from Richard Hurst. As those two are able to really just control the race here up on that high side. So Venom Racing with a strong showing here tonight to start the season. Joey Hickox gives the big push to Fritz to get him back out in front. That looks like the bottom lane's a little better formed up, and they're getting the energy. So the more trucks that you have lined up close together, the more energy, the more momentum those trucks are going to have. One truck running by itself, that's got a lot of air resistance. It really slows down the trucks. But when you get two trucks lined up together, that second truck is able to lock bumpers and push that truck in forward up front and move them forward. And that truck in front is pushing the air, the wake around the truck in behind. So two trucks can go faster. But the more trucks you get in line, the better that line's going to move. And right now we're seeing it as that bottom lane is a little bit more organized. They're able to pull out in front. Now the top lane's getting a little bit more organized. You see the gap there between the 33 and the 3. As opposed to where the 93 was on the back bumper of the 21. Now that bottom lane starting to get a little bit better hooked up, and that bottom lane is starting to move again. In the chat, we see Let's Go J.O. That must be for Jono Lynch. Currently running in the 5th position. Rookie here, trying to make his presence known here tonight. Now we've got a second group back here who's starting to fall off the rest of the field. Led by Brett Merle, Blaze Richardson up on that high lane, just not able to tuck down in line. Looks like I thought he was going to be able to tuck down in line there in front of the 11, but he's going to commit to that high side. Now this strategy back here we've seen many times as well. It's second group. Kind of laying back a little bit, trying to stay out of trouble just in case the big one happens. They've got an opportunity to miss it. So far, no big runs coming off of any line at the moment. And while we've got a little break in the action, we do a little thing I like to call pump up the intensity. Gotta love listening to these trucks make their way around this track at full song. Right now, the entire field still tightly packed together as we work lap number 14 of 50. Now we're starting to see the handling starting to go away from these trucks a little bit. As the fuel burns, the trucks get a little bit lighter. These trucks will start to move around just a little bit more, and we're starting to see that right now. They make their way off of turn number 4 down the short chute towards the tri-oval. I expect this to be a 2-stop race. I imagine these guys are only going to be able to go between 20 and 22 laps. I'm going to say between 18 and 22 is where we're going to see drivers starting to make their way down pit road. Of course, tire wear isn't the concern as much, so as much as these trucks may not be handling the best, it's not due to the tires, it's due to the fuel burning off. The balance of these trucks changing a little bit. Once the pit window opens, you're going to see everybody start making their way down pit road. We might even see, like we saw last season, the entire field make their way down pit road at once. And if that was to happen, man, that gets exciting. So but still up front, Matthew Fritz and Jay Stinson just leading their trains respectively. David Hartney has moved up into the 11th position, trying to crack the top 10. Really trying to work underneath the 99 of Austin Laylock. And then Brian Merle Jr., currently the 10th place driver. The field makes their way down to complete lap number 16. We are almost to the halfway point. Does anybody have anything for these Neon Boys? If anybody's going to challenge the Neon Boys, it's going to be these boys running back here in the back, led by Eddie Morris, or actually led by Joe Wright right now. That is the Neon Racing team, which are currently lined up 17th, 18th, and 19th. The only other Neon driver who's not in this group, that's Dave Wright, who's currently running up on the high side. Up in the, he's been between 5th and 8th for the last few laps. It's really easy to gain a couple positions or lose a couple positions quickly here when you're running in the draft like this. One little lift, one little checkup, and that can check up the entire row. But I wouldn't be surprised to see after green flag racing, or sorry, some green flag pit stops, to see some 3 wide racing. Of course, Daytona is not quite as wide as Talladega, so it's not as easy to run 3 wide here. It can be done very easily, but for some people, they just don't like it, because you see, for reasons right there, the 13 of Brian Merrill Jr. just got really, really loose there in the corner, washed up the track a little bit. Now he's going to work his way down to the bottom, and gives me an idea that these drivers are thinking about pitting as they're starting to get lined up on that low lane. Cheeseburger says, let's go trackside and M&M, as he's running both teams this season. M&M in the trucks and trackside in the Next Gen Series. There you're seeing it, more and more drivers sneaking down to the bottom lane. As almost the entire field now is snuck down onto that bottom lane, so I would not be surprised to see pit stops starting soon. Blaze Richardson still kind of just stuck up there on that high lane, and you see, not having that driver in line, use a little side draft, slowing that lane down, that's actually hurting the rest of the field, as Richardson is still not able to tuck back in line. Now he's going to get down in front of Joe Wright. Now with just 5 trucks up in that top lane, which are all up at the front. I said between 18 and 22. We are now coming to lap number 21. Does anybody peel off for pit road here? No, everybody stays in line. And Brian Merrill Jr. running that mid lane there. Which, when you're running out of line like that, that actually causes you to burn more fuel. So the leaders of the pack, the 29 and the 31, are burning the most fuel. The 31's burning a little bit more than that 29, due to him running a little bit longer way around the track up on the high side. Seeing if there's any takers down on the pit road this time. Again, everybody's staying in line and staying out on the racetrack. So now that bottom train is the longest. Unfortunately, it is not the most compact. It's not the most organized. And that's why you see the 21 and the 31 ripping ahead of Matthew Fritz up on that high side, breaking away a little bit. And that's because they were able to hook up and push and get going up on that high side. Well, the field's made a liar out of me as far as pit strategy goes, so I guess I don't know what I'm talking about. As the field makes their way across the stripe and completes lap number 23. We're a couple laps away from halfway. Now our leaders drop down to the bottom. And that tells me, I truly do think that they're going to be coming down pit road in the next lap or two. Especially having those Noma boys, or the Venom boys, all lined up like that down on the bottom. And oh, we got a wreck Blaylock up into the outside wall. No caution, we stay green. but heavy contact for Austin Blaylock. I'm not really sure who that was that got into him like that. See if we can take another look at that. Oh, it looked like Brian Merle Jr. got pushed up the track and he caught Austin Blaylock. Both of them made contact with the wall. Doesn't look like heavy enough contact to really hurt either driver, so we stay green. Unfortunately, that really spread out the pack and really makes me think if any. Yeah, here they come down pit road, and it looks like it's going to be almost the entire field coming down this time. We see Stinson, Fritz, Richard Hurst, John O'Lynch, Joey Hickox, Nick Fuller, Edmund Jones, Tyler Aspinall, Austin Blaylock, all making their way down pit road. And that puts Brandon Zimmerman up into the lead of the race with David Wright right behind him. Devin Zimmerman, David Hartney, and Joe Wright, your top five. See Michael Provolt and Brett Merle up on that high lane. See if anybody else makes their way down pit road this time. Looks like just a handful of drivers. You've got Brandon and Devin Zimmerman, Rick Ward and Blaze Richardson. Oh, Richardson spins. He catches Rick Ward. They both got turned around on pit road. Disastrous pit stop. Mistakes on track and in the pits take a couple drivers out of contention, including Austin Blaylock, Brian Merle Jr., and now mistakes on pit road with Rick Ward and Blaze Richardson. Now can this next group of trucks get on and off the pit road cleanly? Here they all, the rest of the field comes down on the pit road. See him really spreading out here, trying to get slowed down for pit road speed. See Brandon Zimmerman, who's going to take over the lead. He's going to be all by himself, though, as here comes the Venom boys all lined up with a couple other drivers, and you see the speed difference here that these drivers will be pulling when they catch Brandon Zimmerman, and you watch the speed difference that a train of trucks is going to have over one single truck by himself. Fortunately for Zimmerman, he should be able to tuck back in line here. Everybody is down and away. Devin Butchino, the last truck to leave pit road. And Butchino might be in a little bit of trouble. Don't know if he maybe sped on pit road or had some issues here. He was just on pit road longer than anybody else. So now you got Brett Merle, Eddie Morris. Yeah, you see that, just the speed difference by staying or being back out on the racetrack early enough. I do think Eddie Morris should be able to latch onto the 65 here and keep up the speed. Oh, big serpentine out of the drivers at the front of the pack. A couple rookies here, Tyler Aspinall and Nick Fuller, trying to work together here. Jumping up to the high lane and making their presence known. So Tyler Aspinall and Nick Fuller are both teammates together running that high lane. You see those three purple trucks lined up on the high side. Could we have a rookie win the clash. We'll know in 22 and a half laps. And there's quite a few drivers back here who are hoping for a caution. Michael Provolt, Blaze Richardson, Devin Butchino, Brian Merle Jr., Rick Ward, all praying for a caution right now to get themselves back in the mix. Now, these drivers do have one reset, so if they were to make a mistake or have an issue, they would be able to get back out onto the racetrack with a fresh truck. Charles Balance says, "Sup, Josh? Wish I was out there. Good to see you in the chat. Wish you were out on the track, too. Looks like a great time here tonight. With a decent-sized field, 21 trucks taking the green flag. All 21 trucks still running here tonight. Caution-free so far, as we are coming to 20 laps to go when we cross the stripe next time by." Tyler Aspinall just barely out in front as they come down to the stripe. That time by Jay Stinson just by a nose at the line. I don't think these drivers are pushing on each other hard. Here's a look off the back bumper of Tyler Aspinall. See just how close he is to his teammate there. They are doing their best to try to get something going, and now we're seeing it. Joseph Wright, Eddie Morris up into that third lane. They're trying to make something happen up there. Although I know they wish they had at least one more truck up there on the high side. Joe Wright tries to use a little bit of a side draft here on Joey Hickox to pull him back. And what a side draft is you get right on the quarter panel of the truck to your inside or outside. You can dump that big wake of air that's coming off your truck right onto that big old spoiler and slow that truck down. That's what Joe Wright's trying to do right now, trying to use a little bit of a side draft on Joey Hickox to slow that middle lane down from the middle of the pack. And right now it is working for him as he's now to the outside of Matthew Fritz. Fritz washes up the track just a little bit. You see how tight it is. Inches apart as they come off of turn number 4. Those drivers in the middle lane there, they're the ones that are struggling the most. They're getting a wake off both sides. Both the left and right. It really unsettles these trucks. Right now you're seeing exactly that as these trucks are just wobbling all around the place. You see the 14 of Fuller trying to push Aspinall, trying to stay off of Eddie Morris, and the 33 of Jono Lynch. Aspinall washes up the track a little bit, almost gets up into Joe Wright. You see just how tight the racing is. Here comes Austin Blaylock up through the middle here, trying to give some help to Tyler Aspinall and Nick Fuller. Now they're coming up on the lap traffic of Rick Ward. Just when they're 3 wide, Rick Ward's got to make the decision to get down on the apron and slow down, get out of these drivers' way. They rocket off of turn number 2. Ward's going to stay down on the apron, let the field go by. Tyler Aspinall getting a shove here, moves himself just out in front of Rick Ward. Just out in front of Jay Stinson for a moment. But now Stinson's got the big push, and here comes, look at the wiggle out of the 14 of Fuller. As they come off of turn number 4, Dave Wright gets a big wiggle, gets a little loose there off of turn number 4. They continue to hold on to it as they're coming up now on the lap truck of Brian Merle Jr. And they continue to run 3 by 3 all the way through the first couple rows. Now Dave Wright jumps up to the high lane. He's got Brett Merle up there as well. They're trying to go places on that high line. And Brian Murray Jr. looks like he's going to try to stay up in the high lane. They're going to be temporarily 4 wide. They make it work somehow. Really broke up the momentum, though, as Joe Wright's going to tuck down in front of his brother, leave Eddie Morris up on the high side, try to get another run. Does Eddie have any help there, though, from the 11? No, he's going to tuck in line behind Dave Wright. We have 15 laps to go. Back to 2 wide racing with 15 laps to go. Jay Stinson continues to be out front. John O'Lynch, up on the high side. Now he's trying to challenge for the lead here. Right behind we see Edmund Jones in that 00, another rookie in the mix here. With Tyler Aspinall to his outside. So a bunch of rookies up at the front, making their presence known. The first 3 trucks on the high line are all rookies. As caution's out on the racetrack. Blaze Richardson lost it. He's crashed down in turn number 3, or turn number 4. That's going to bring up our first wreckage rewind of the season. See Richardson trying to run here and David Hartney and Devin Butchno involved as well. Let's take another camera view at this one. And it looks like Butch kind of came down into the 43, sent the 43 up the track. Well, that is exactly what these drivers needed. Drivers like Brian Merle Jr., Blaze Richardson, even though he's involved in the wreck, that kind of, he kind of needed that. With Devin Butchno, Michael Koval, drivers that were, had some issues on pit road. Now find themselves right back in it. So now the question is, does anybody come down pit road? I know I said tires really don't matter much here on a super speedway, but you never know. Somebody might try to get some fresh rubber and try to make something happen. It looks like Joe Wright, Dave Wright, Eddie Morris, bunch of drivers in the back of the field come down pit road because they've got nothing to lose. Don't forget to join us tomorrow night over on Noma TV for the SCSRA Dev Sports Cards Next Gen Series as they get their preseason underway with the Daytona duels for the Devtona 500. Of course, tomorrow night's races will set the starting lineup for next week's Daytona race on Wednesday night. So tune in, Noma TV for that one. Going to be a huge field for that one, hopefully tomorrow night as well. So it looks like as of right now, trying to see if I can see the sign-ups. We've got 28 full-time drivers and 6 part-time drivers for the Next Gen Series. So looking forward to a huge, huge field tomorrow night. So check that one out here tomorrow on Noma TV. Of course, Intensity will be the home for the Tuesday night Blue Ridge Auto Group Truck Series. It looks like the lights on the pace truck should be shutting off this time. We'll be going back green flag racing next time by. Your leader, John Lynch, chooses the inside lane. That's going to put Jay Stinson up on the high side. Row 2 will be Tyler Aspinall and Edmund Jones. Nick Fuller and Austin Blaylock will make up row number 3. Row 4 will be Matthew Fritz with Joey Hickox. And then the 21 of Richard Hurst and David Wright will round out your top 10. Cheeseburger says he'll be there for tomorrow night's race, which is good to hear. So here we go, getting ready for a 10-lap shootout here to the end to settle the truck preseason race, the Blue Ridge Auto Group Clash at Daytona. Well, one driver is still being scored a lap down. That is the 34 of Rick Ward. However, he might be able to get a shot here to, if there's another caution, get himself right back on the lead lap. But coming down to the Geico restart zone, green flag's back in the air. Good jump for John Lynch as we make our way down towards turn number 1. These trucks work their way back up to speed. Some big moves out of a couple drivers. And 31 of Jay Stinson's going to tuck down in front of John Lynch. Here comes Edmund Jones up on the high side with a push from Austin Blaylock. Joey Hickox up there as well. Dave Wright. Field rockets off of turn number 4. Just 9 laps to go. Where's the run going to come from? Could we see a couple drivers way in the back get hooked up, ride that third lane all the way up to the front? We've seen it before. We know the drivers who like to do it and have a chance to do it. One of them being Joe Wright, currently tucked in behind the 93 of Devin Zimmerman. And Dave Wright's going to be the first one to experiment up on that third lane. He's going to bring Zimmerman with him. Joe Wright's going to stay in the middle. That's a surprising move. He's going to try to ride up the middle with Brett Merle. Dave Wright, almost comes down into Joe. That checks up that entire middle lane a little bit. Also checks up the 93. They come down across the stripe. 8 laps to go. Austin Blaylock now makes his way up into the third lane. More help as Joe Wright and David Hartney move up into the third lane. Big wiggles, big bumps, big pushes all through the field. Everybody up on the high lane, leaving the 00 in the 3 in the middle by themselves. Now some help coming in the form of the 21 of Richard Hurst kind of make his way up to help his teammate out. That energy is starting to die out on that high lane. Not enough trucks up there to make anything happen. We saw David Hartney jump up there momentarily. Now Hartney finds himself down on the bottom behind Eddie Morris trying to make something happen. 7 laps to go here at Daytona. Blaylock with the big push down into turn number 1. Oh, gets a little loose. Oh, the 84 of Dave Wright, up in the wall. Makes a little contact. Doesn't really slow him down, though. Oh, big push, wrong push. That was almost huge. Great save for the 99 of Blaylock. Somehow able to hold on to it at 190 miles an hour sideways. That could have just been the big one. Instead, we continue to race on. That 90, oh, 21 goes around. Big wreck. Here it goes. Here's the big one in the back here. Yellow is out. Joe Wright, Blaze Richardson hard into the inside wall. Eddie Morris involved. I think Michael Provolt might have got a little piece of that. It's going to bring up another wreckage rewind. So this all starts with a wiggle out of the 99. Kind of checks up that middle lane. You see the 21 go up the track a little bit. Gets caught in the left rear by the 82. That sends the 21 around down into the 14 of Nick Fuller. Zimmerman gets in the back of Brett Merle. And from there, it's just on. You see Joe Wright get turned around. Eddie Morris turned around as well. Richard Hurst just nowhere to go. He's trying to avoid it. Runs into the back of, Rick Ward, runs into the back of Zimmerman. Look at that impact. The 18 into the inside wall there. Hard for Blaze Richardson. Let's ride along here with Richardson. Kind of see what he saw here. I know it happens just so fast. We'll ride along with Eddie Morris. Let's try that again. We'll ride along with Eddie Morris here. I think Joe Wright will have a really good view of this one as well. And you can see just how fast it happens. You know, first pushing up the track a little bit. Joe Wright really couldn't get out of it because he was almost being pushed himself. Well, that changes the everything in this race. Blaze Richardson is able to return to the racetrack. Does not look like he's going to lose a lap, so he's going to be able to continue to race on. Well, I take that back. Blaze Richardson is going to be a lap down along with Rick Ward. Michael Cheeseburger Lawrence says that his odds are on the pace truck. It's the safest spot. You know, you wouldn't be wrong. You would not be wrong. But I would not be surprised. I don't think we'll see another caution. I think we'll race it out, but I would not be surprised to see another big wreck here coming to the line. Now, this league does run green-white checkers. However, if the white flag flies, the yellow flag is put away. Right now, it's going to be anybody's race as we re-rack them, restack them, get ready to refire them here tonight at Daytona. Pace truck getting ready to take that hard left-hand turn down on the pit road. Guess I was a little premature with the pit road call there, but here you go. Pace truck. Turns left. Chase Stinson leads him down to the Geico restart zone. Green flag is back in the air. We are back racing. We're going to have just 3 laps to go. Remember, it does take about a lap or so for these trucks to get up to full speed. So look for some big runs to come from the back. One truck I'm looking at right now and looking to make some moves here is that 84 of Dave Wright. Do not be surprised to see some aggressive moves out of that 84 as he is right now beating the back bumper off the 3 truck. Here goes Tyler Aspinall up to the high side, already making it 3 wide. Down into turn number 3. As they come off of turn number 3, we are coming to 2. Oh, Brian Merle Jr. I'm sorry, it's Brett Merle. Gets turned around. Heavy impact. They're still wrecking in the back. Michael Provost is involved. Devin Butchino gets a... Oh, heavy damage for the 68 machine. I'll bring up the wreckage rewind. Still trying to find the incident here. It looks like it started back here with, I think it started with the 11 here of Brett Merle. No, it was this is the most recent wreck. Or that was the second wreck. Hold on. Let me try that again. Let's try this one. Oh. Rewind that a little bit more because so we see Brett Merle and Devin Butchino are side by side here. So big wiggle out of the 84. While the 11 comes up into the 68. Dave Wright gets a little piece of it. Not enough, though, to really do anything to hurt him. Then you see Provolt, heavy impact there. David Hartney makes an evasive move. He gets a little piece of it. Hard, that's where Devin Butchino gets the heavy damage. Blaze Richardson able to sneak through there. He's going to be able to get one of his laps back, I think. I think Michael Lawrence was correct in saying that the pace car was the safest spot. So that's going to bring us to the most exciting words in motorsports. Green, white, checker. Drivers will have 2 attempts at a green-white checker. As most of the field is going to stay out here. I think everybody who's, looks like a couple drivers still on pit road trying to get some damage fixed up. Dave Hartney, Devin Zimmerman, Blaze Richardson has made his way back out onto the racetrack. He is still being scored 1 lap down. Rick Ward was able to get the lucky dog, get himself back onto the lead lap. There we go, lights are off on the pace truck. I thought it was let's try it again. I mean, green white checker, let's try it again. They're pretty close to the same, aren't they? Yeah, we've got 15 people watching, whether you're watching on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitch, over on Kick. We do appreciate you joining us here tonight. Don't forget to hit that like button, follow, and subscribe, and hit that little notification bell. So, you know, anytime we go live here on Intensity Broadcast, of course, we'll be carrying the Tuesday night races here with the SCSRA. We also have a race before this with the Doghouse Racing League. So, Tuesday night doubleheader here on Intensity. Make sure to tune in for both of them because they're always both great races. Yeah, absolutely. Even though there's quite a bit of wrecking, good info, know who to be around, who's a good pusher, who to watch out for. Yeah, absolutely. That's kind of the idea of these races here as we come down to the green flag for our first attempt at a green-white checker. Great jump for the 31 of Jay Stinson. Getting a big push from the 00 of Edmund Jones. Now, if they come around and take the white flag, then the yellow flag will be put away and we'll get a checker flag finish. If they wreck here before we take the white flag, we'll have one more attempt at the green-white checker. You see Joey Hickox jumping down to the middle lane. He's got Lynch diving down there in front of him. Here comes Austin Blaylock up on the third lane with a big push from David Wright as they come off of turn number 4. Coming to the stripe, white flag is in the air. 1 lap to go here at Daytona. John Lynch out in front by a hair. Ooh, almost some contact in the middle of the pack there as Blaylock's trying to get something going here with Dave. Oh, Dave Wright turns Blaylock. Oh, big wreck. big wreck. Nick Fuller able to sneak out in front. Edmund Jones right behind. Tyler Aspinall trying to make something happen. John Lynch way out in front by himself. Unfortunately, here comes the run. Nick Fuller getting a push from the 00. The 33 is defenseless as he tries to throw a block. Now Edmund Jones is going to get a run here on the outside. They wreck. They touch 4 wide down to the stripe. At the line, John Lynch gets the win. Edmund Jones comes home second. Tyler Aspinall brings it home third. Nick Fuller and Devin Bucciano, your top 5. But what a finish. 4 wide behind the leader is John Lynch. Gets the win here tonight. The fireworks go off on the backstretch. They're still trying to make their way around the track. Wow. What a finish. We see him coming down to the line here and just big blocks, 4 wide. Incredible run to the line as you see our winner come down and celebrate here on the start-finish line. John Lynch getting the win. Of course, we're waiting for our top 3 to line up here on the front stretch. What a finish. Are you not entertained? I haven't seen a boo in the chat here. What do you guys think about that finish there? Incredible. And I think our third place finisher has left the racetrack, so he's not going to be able to get in our finish picture here. Let's look at this one last time here in slow motion, coming down to the stripe. You see the whoops. Coming down to the stripe, you see the big block put on by the 33 into Edmund Jones. Edmund Jones then gets hit from behind. And you see Devin Bucciano trying to thread the needle there. 4 wide down to the tri-oval. Devin Bucciano and Brett Merle get the worst of that as see Tyler Aspinall just barely come across the line in third. And what a race. Let's talk with our third place finisher, Tyler Aspinall. Tyler, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me? Oh, Tyler, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, what a run there for you tonight. Coming home third. A lot of wild racing there coming down to the stripe. I know you were trying to play it a little conservative the first few laps of the race. Then you started getting mixed up there with your teammate. You and Nick tried driving up to the front there, and just talk us through the race and talk us through that last lap.
Yeah, well, hold on, I gotta shut my door here, man. Sorry about that. Yeah, no, really, I got in the session at like 9:30, and I got 2 laps in barely. It was good enough for 10th, which I really was like, or 11th, I think, and I was like, man, I shouldn't have qualified. But yeah, ran the race, just kind of running it, and then me and Nick had that pit stop, and we figured we'd take 2 tires. And for some reason, it was faster than everyone else. I don't know if everybody took 4 or what was going on there. But honestly, by the way that they were all pit exiting, it looked like they took no tires because everybody was slipping and sliding. I was like, can I just pass these guys? But yeah, we were up front there. Well, not up front, but we were in the mix up there. And that yellow came out. I don't even My brain's kind of flustered right now. I don't even remember what it was, but I think it was the second yellow. Me and Nick were both on the outside, and I was trying to shift into third gear on the restart, and it went into neutral. Didn't want to go into third gear because my stick, the wire in it, is loose, and I have to tighten it like every 10 minutes. So it wanted to go into neutral, so that huge gap opened up, but allowed for a huge run for me and him to take it to the outside, and then the yellow came out, so we felt like Superman for 2 laps. And that last restart, I kind of got screwed there by going to the inside. Nick decided to go to the middle. I was like, dude, just go for it. Got a better chance than me. And they all wrecked in front of me, part of the C's, out of the final corner. Me and Nick almost killed each other, and I guess it was good enough for third place.
Coming down to the stripe there, did you realize that you guys were 4 wide coming down to the stripe?
I thought me and Nick were side by side. I thought he was just being real aggressive.
No,
Were we really 4 wide?
Yeah, you guys were 4 wide coming down across the stripe. You, Nick, Devin Butchno, and Brett Merle were 4 wide behind John Lynch coming through the tri-oval. So
Was it like barely 4 wide, or like were we like 4 wide, 4 wide?
4 wide, 4 wide.
No way! I have to look at that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't think you guys realized that you were 4 wide because you were 3 wide. Then Devin kind of pushed the issue there to make it 4 wide there coming through the tri-oval. So right after that big block that you saw, did that kind of surprise you? How big of a block that 33 put on the 00 there coming down to the stripe?
Yeah, it did. It gave me a lot of hope because I'm like, oh my god, I can win this. I can win this. And well, I didn't, but I don't know. I'm good with third place.
Yeah, I know it's not a points race, but it kind of gives you a good idea of who you're running around and got a lot of experience and learning out there tonight, which is kind of what the point of this is. But
yeah.
Man,
sorry.
no, you're fine, man. Just a lot of good racing out there tonight, and I know you're happy with it. And before we let you go, Tyler, anyone you want to thank? Any shots you got to give here tonight?
I believe you're still watching, Taylor. Thank you for watching. Yeah. Now I gotta go check on my mom because that's why it took me so long to get in here. She rolled her ankle and like opened the door to my room like on the last lap, and she was like sitting on the floor. I'm like, what's going on? Like, yeah, that's why it took me a minute. So I gotta go check on her now.
Go check on your family, and we'll talk to you later. Have a great night.
All right, you too, Josh.
So that was your third place finisher, Tyler Aspinall. Let's bring in your second place finisher, Edmund Jones. Edmund, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir, I do.
Man, second place in your SCSRA debut, if you will. What a run. I mean, you were kind of up front there all race long, kind of just hanging around. And I know there was a bad block thrown out there at the end, but I know you were probably expecting it. Talk us through that last lap, especially when the seas parted right around you.
Yeah, that last lap was incredible. You know, I don't know how we got through it. Typically that my strategy is to be on the bottom, even though, you know, I do prefer the high line. You know, you get so good of a run up there, especially if you get guys that can push. Man, it just started going to crazy. I don't know what else to say there. Able to get down, pedal it down on the apron, get back on the throttle, and I don't know I think we got behind the 14 there, and just trying to push him, trying to get a run, trying to catch up to the 33. I know the 33 made it through it clean. You know, they coming through 3 and 4, I knew we had the run, and I figured if I could make the move before the 14, then I'd be able to get on the outside and possibly take the win. As far as the block, you know, you called it. It was a crappy block. You know, it was a really late block. He could have, by doing that, took it away from everybody in that group. You know, none of us would have won at that point. Thankfully, the contact, you know, I was able to touch the wall. Ended up getting some wheel damage, but I was able to just stay in the throttle and bring it home second. It's great debut, great group of guys, having a lot of fun here. Can't wait to get out in the next gens as well and see what we can do here.
For sure. And like you said, a lot of hard-nosed racing, but a lot of clean racing. And seems like the incidents really weren't yeah, more than just racing deals. But it seems like you learned a lot out there tonight as well. So that's kind of what you were kind of looking to do, anyways, right? Kind of get the group of guys together, kind of feel them out, and figure who you can and can't work with, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's what tonight was all about for me. Honestly, I wasn't planning on being there at the end. I was going to take the finish that we were given and see where it lied. And, hey, it ended up on a podium finish tonight. Stayed around the top 10 most of the night, stayed on that bottom line, setting up for that pit stop, being able to just ride. Just ride, see how these guys do, see who I can and can't push, who's going to hold the line. It gives you a lot of information about next week.
Well, before I let you go there, Edmund, nice job tonight coming home P2. Anyone you want to thank? Any shots you got to give here tonight?
Yeah, I want to thank my wife and my family and everybody that tuned in to root me on tonight. I know we got a couple people there. All my sponsors, Tika Tick Designs, Warlord Wraps, Edward Setup Shop, JR Button Boxes. They're amazing sponsors, amazing support, and allow us to come out here and do stuff like this.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congratulations on the podium in your debut. Good luck tomorrow night in the Next Gen Series. I'll see you there, and have yourself a great night.
Hey, thanks, man. Hopefully I talk to you again next week.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll be here.
All right.
Have a good one.
Yep.
That was your second place finisher, Edmund Jones. Let's bring in your winner tonight. Winner in his SCSRA debut, John Lynch. John, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Man, what a run for you. I know that was kind of a late block there at the end, but coming down to it, I know you just had to kind of do everything you could. When they all wrecked behind you and you saw them coming with a head of steam, did that kind of like, man, that's the end of my race right there? Or were you just kind of committed to seeing where they would go and trying to be in their way?
I knew, once you rear end someone in these trucks that it just kills all your momentum. So I knew my only shot at winning it was them hitting me square. And I managed to get one square, and I got the second one a little late, and I walled the 00. I apologize to the 00 about that. I didn't mean to wall him there, but yeah, good. He's a good sport. He didn't say nothing about it, so that was a good race by them. But man, I'm pumped.
Yeah, the whole team looked like they were working really well together there. Everybody kind of staying up front, blocking off the top and the bottom lane there. And I mean, you can't really say much else than just good teamwork there. Talk us though through the race, especially through those pit stops. You guys decided to pit before everybody else and got way out in front of the field. Was that kind of the strategy from the beginning? And was that was strategy really what helped you there coming to the end of the race?
Well, me and my Venom teammates, we kind of had the top 5 kind of locked out until pit stops there, and we kind of got on the bottom. And Jay and I were able to get through pit stops cleanly and keep our track position, but the other 3 got a little caught up. But yeah, our goal was to just run our gas out, and since we were running top 5, being up front, you burn more fuel. So it was part of the strategy. We are gonna try and make it to 25. It just didn't work out, but yeah, Jay and I were able to get off pit road, and I was able to push Jay and to keep the lead, and then the cautions fell as they did, and I was able to save just enough fuel. I actually ran out of gas doing burnouts, but yeah, I think we did a good job as a team, and it's a shame my guys got Joey got turned there. He's the only reason I won this race, to be honest with you.
Well, again, awesome job getting the win here tonight. Looking forward to seeing what next week brings. I know a lot of these guys were doing a lot of learning, getting to know how each other races, and it seemed like a real successful race in that aspect of things. And how do you like your chances next week after this week?
I mean, with my teammates I've got, I mean, I'm feeling pretty confident, but you can't be too confident, or because you never know what will happen. But yeah, I think our guys, we know each other's chemistry, so we know like who likes to run where, who likes pushing, who likes getting pushed. I got a solid team around me, and so far what I've seen, spotting Jay and Fritz last season and then coming into this race, it's a pretty clean league, so I feel like it's going to be a really fun season this year.
Well, before you let you go, I know you got to thank the team again, but any other shout outs you got to give here today? Anyone else you'd like to thank?
Yeah, I'd like to thank oh Lord, who Manny Ray's, H&H Tractor Works, Flatwoods Hunting Club, Who's Forever South, Blue Ridge. I'm missing a sponsor, Pit Stall, I believe, and of course, my company, Spino Designs, put this awesome wrap on my 33 truck here, and I think I had a friend watching. So thanks for watching, Michael. I'm glad I got you the win there, but yeah, just thanks to all those guys. I sorry if I forgot any of the my team sponsors.
Well, again, awesome job, man, and good luck next week, and good luck tomorrow night.
Yes, sir. Thank you,
Have a great night.
sir.
Well, what a wild finish here tonight to cap off the first race of the SCSRA season. That's going to do it for us here tonight on Intensity Broadcasting. Don't forget to hit that like button, follow, and subscribe. Hit that little notification bell so you know anytime we go live here on Intensity Broadcasting. Don't forget to check out our great partners listed down below, including Blue Ridge Auto Group, The Butt Kicker, Race EPI, and check out our website over at intensitybroadcasting.com. Join us next week here on Intensity Broadcasting for another truck doubleheader. The Doghouse Racing League, presented by Shoney's, will be taking on Old Atlanta Motor Speedway. And then we'll be right back here at Daytona for the first points race of the season. Again, my name's Josh Hall. Thanks for joining us here tonight from Daytona on iRacing. And as our boy Atlee Atman Weiss would say, over and out.